Hi, I'm Maria Ingold. I'm here at Connected Media IP at NAB 2018. I am joined by Sean Longworth, the Chief Revenue Officer for Bitmovin. Welcome, Sean. How are you?
Hi, Maria. I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you finding NAB so far?
We always find this to be a really great event. This year is no different. This year's special because we're twice the size that we were last year. We have
wow.
Twice the size of the booth, and we just raised a $30 million round to help our expansion into the future. So it's a very exciting time for Bitmovin.
That's so exciting. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me more about Bitmovin.
So Bitmovin was founded, a company that was co-founded out of university research.
Yeah.
Our two co-founders co-wrote the first iteration of MPEG-Dash, and then built a company out of that. The passion of the company is to build developer-first, API-led products for the video supply chain. We have a player product, we have an encoding product, and analytics products. We're really very passionate about supporting the developer and helping people build better video products.
That's wonderful. Well, it's really interesting that your co-founders wrote the first iteration of MPEG-Dash. What are their thoughts on AV1? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're extremely excited about it. It's one of the first times in a long time that a codec has the type of momentum that AV1 has.
Yeah.
HEVC was a huge step forward in innovation, but it had some problems. It wasn't adopted fully by Google, and it wasn't, all the licensing issues around it caused pause. It caused people to maybe not jump into it as quickly as possible, even though it was a very efficient codec. But AV1 is even more efficient than HEVC. It's really, really well written, and it has the support of everyone. At this point, it's got Apple support, Google, Amazon. Everybody's behind and part of the alliance of open media. And it's royalty free. So with the combination of all three of those things, you would think that it's going to be a very powerful codec from here forward. And we're very excited about it.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out more about it, because I know at the moment it's about 100 times slower to encode, but by the end of the year that's going to just be 5 times, and it's going to be just getting better and better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So last year we won Best of NAB award for doing the very first AV1 live stream on the show floor.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so we actually had a live stream on the show floor. It was running AV1 over the internet. It was 1.5 megabits showing 1080p. It was a really beautiful picture.
Yeah.
And at the time we were running it in the cloud, and it was taking us a lot of resources because it wasn't locked down, the bit rate. So it was taking us considerable resources to get it done, but since then we've optimized it on our side by 80% in just 1 year.
That's great,
And it just got locked down.
Yeah.
So HEVC is still more efficient, but it's had several years to get there.
But this is going to leapfrog over that at some point.
I would think over the next year or two you're going to see it be equally as efficient as HEVC,
That's really exciing.
It is.
I'm really looking forward to finding out more about what happens with that and what you're doing with it too.
Yeah, and we actually, at our booth today, we're working with Mozilla. They have the decoder, and they're actually showing in our booth how to run an end-to-end solution on AV1. So if people want to check it out, they can come by our booth.
Oh, that's really exciting. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, it's cool.
So you're also doing artificial intelligence in your encoding. What are you doing with artificial intelligence in your encoding?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. So we've always been in the cloud. We've never been an appliance. We built our encoding for the cloud from the start, and our core innovation is around using cloud resources very efficiently in the way we do our encoding. What's interesting is artificial intelligence and machine learning is kind of changing everything.
Yeah.
And if you think of some of the things that people do in encoding, it doesn't really make sense anymore when you have a machine that can do something better. And a good example of that is choosing bitrate ladders. Most bitrate ladders are chosen by the smartest video guy on the team, or maybe Googling what does Netflix do for bitrate ladders, coming up with a bitrate ladder and just using that, right? And if you apply a single bitrate ladder to every single encode you're doing, there's going to be a lot of inefficiencies to that. If you think of machine learning or AI, it's so much smarter and the resources are available today to say, why don't we have artificial intelligence decide what the best bitrate ladder is for each and every encode we do, which isn't possible if a human is making that decision, but a computer can make the best decision every time. So we have a new product called per title encoding, which uses artificial intelligence to choose the bitrate ladder for every single encode you do.
Oh, wow.
And it shows huge bandwidth improvements, quality improvements across the board. It's way better. And
That's good.
that makes a lot of sense, right? It's kind of silly to try to make one static decision for all different types of sports content, news content, everything. It would make sense to try to do something custom.
Yeah.
And now that we have cloud resources available and artificial intelligence really coming of age, that's very possible today.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
you've got pans and scans and fast changes and skin tones and blacks and everything else, and it all has to look good. And
Yeah, that's right.
you got to
So
think it
we're-
all through, and
Yeah,
so have
that's-
someone else think it through for you.
Yeah, that's
good.
right. So we're doing that on a per title, so every
Wow.
every
Great.
encode. But we're also using artificial intelligence within each bitrate stream. So if you might be streaming something at 1.5 megabits, but if you're just showing a black screen, you can save some bandwidth there and build up your buffer a little bit for maybe an action scene that's coming up next. So we're also applying AI within the streams itself to get better quality, reduce bandwidth, provide a better overall experience for the end users.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it's cool. That's
So-
really cool.
This $30 million in dollars in Series B funding.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all that? What are your plans for the future?
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. So last year we went to market with a developer-first platform, which is really unique. We really pride ourselves on having the best APIs, best documentation, the best way to support developers building products.
Yeah.
And we served a place in the marketplace. So we grew tremendously in 2017. We had about 400% growth last year. And we just have a couple products in the player and in coding and analytics. But we think we can continue to provide more and more products that are not total solutions, but we provide products to the OVPs or to the
Right, okay,
broadcasters that
yeah.
want to build unique, compelling solutions in the video side. And we'll continue to build that out. And we'll also continue to build out the commercial team with me and the partner team. We want to have more partnerships. So there's a lot of exciting things that we're going to be doing. Keep your eye on Bitmovin. You'll see new products and new markets that we get into over the next few years.
Well, enjoy the 30 million and playing with all the new tech toys.
We already had our party, so.
All right, sounds wonderful.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Maria. It was a pleasure. All right.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful.
Bye-bye.